Dear students, we had seen in the last session that is what northern plains, okay, in India. Uh, what are the major river system? That is what the three major river system, namely Indus, Ganga, and Brahmaputra. Okay, that is what where it is flowing. That is what are its tributaries and distributaries. What is meant by tributaries and distributaries? And what is the term called as a Babar? Okay, that is what the term you can able to tell that term, and what is meant by Terai region. Okay, that is a thing. And next is what is meant by this Bangar and Kadar. Okay, that is what the between this older alluvium and newer alluvium. Okay, how this alluvial deposits, you know that most probably river plays a dominant role in forming this alluvial soil. Okay, that is the main thing, because these are the three major river system in the northern plains, and entirely agriculture is dominant in this with this river only. That is what Indus, then Ganga, and the Brahmaputra. Okay, and next topic what we are going to see, this peninsular plateau. This is also a major physiographic division in India. Okay, that is what the term called as a physiographic this peninsula plateau. You know that Indian peninsula. Okay, the peninsula is most probably what we are calling. The land is surrounded by water also, most probably we are calling as a peninsula, and the land is most probably uplifted. That is what the term. Okay, so that only it relates with plateau also. Okay, you know that the plateau what we are calling, the land is elevated, highly elevated land. That is what it always mentioned, this peninsula. In India, the peninsula India comprises the diverse topological and climatic patterns of South India. Okay, and most probably the Indian peninsula is in the shape of inverted triangle shape. Okay, and if you say that it is going, if you see in the map, you can able to say that inverted triangle shape, and it is bounded on the west by the Arabian Sea, and on the east by the Bay of Bengal, and on the north by the Vindhya and Satpura range. That is what the Himalayan ranges. Okay, Vindhya and Satpura range, what we are calling as the Himalayan ranges. That is what the peninsula term it denotes. Okay, and you can able to see this image. The peninsula, the land is most probably it is uplifted. Okay, you can able to say that some land is down, and anyway the land is going to be uplifted. That is the term you can able to say that. In India, we can able to have this three peninsula region. That is what we can able to tell the term as three area peninsula, Indian peninsula. One is Central Highland. Okay, that is what it covers, this Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat and all the area. And another thing is second, it denotes Deccan Plateau. Okay, that is what the things, the term what we are calling as a Deccan Plateau. And third is Chota Nagpur Plateau. Okay, in the image we can able to see that first is Central Highland. Okay, the area is located, that is what the thing goes for. And second is Deccan Plateau, and third is Chota Nagpur Plateau. Okay, that is what the term called as a Chota Nagpur. And coming to this peninsular plateau, that is why we are calling the term as a peninsular plateau. This peninsular plateau is a tableland. Okay, you can able to see in the image also. Okay, that is what the land, most probably it is like that only. That is what the term called as a tableland, and most probably it is composed of oldest rock. Okay, that is the main thing, because it is formed from the drifted part of this Gondwana land. Okay, that is what however this Gondwana land formation occurred. That is why in the plate tectonics theory, most probably we are seeing that, and origin of the Himalayas, this how this Gondwana is comprised of. Okay, that is what the continent the comprised of this Gondwana land. Okay, and broad and shallow valleys and rounded hills are the characteristic features of this plateau. That is what the things most probably. And the plateau, this plateau region can be divided into two regions. One is Central Highland, and another one is Deccan Plateau, and another one is what they will call the term as the Malwa Plateau also. Okay, and the Central Highland, you know that the Central Highland lies to the north of the Narmada river. That is what the things most probably, and it covers the major portion of this Malwa Plateau. Okay, that is what the term you can able to see that. And if you see the rivers in this region flow from this southwest to northeast direction. Okay, which indicates the slope of this region most probably. It is most probably wider in the west and narrow in the east region. That is what the term what we are calling as Bundelkhand. Okay, that is what the term you can able to tell the term as the central highlands are wider in the west and but narrow in the east region. The eastward extension of this plateau are locally known as Bundelkhand. Okay, that is what the term. And the Chotanagpur plateau, that is marks the further eastward extension drained by the Damodar valley. That is what the things goes for. And the plateau is extended by this Chotanagpur plateau. Okay, and second is Deccan plateau, and it is triangular landmass. Okay, that is what the things goes for, and that lies on the south of the Narmada river. That is the main thing you can able to note it down. And because it is shape is most probably triangular in shape, the formation of this Deccan plateau. And most probably if we say that what the term is plateau, we are telling the term is elevated land or highland. That is what the term what we are calling is a plateau region. Okay, and what is the main importance of the plateau? If the plateau is there, and most probably it is consists of mineral rich area. Okay, we can able to find this dominant minerals, so that only these are the areas most probably the Deccan plateau is completely we are doing mining. Okay, that is what the things most probably the plateau is enriched with mineral deposits in a more manner. Okay, and this you can able to say that it is most probably triangular in shape, the Deccan plateau, and it lies to the south of the Narmada river. Okay, and this Shatpura range makes its northern part. Okay, that is what the term called as a Shatpura range, and the Mahadev and Kaimur hills and Michael range and makes its eastern part. That is the main thing you want to note it down. The slope of the Deccan plateau is from west to east, and it extends from the northeast, which encompasses Meghalaya and Karbi and Anigang plateau and North Shahar hills, Garo, Kasi and Jainita hills are the prominent ranges. Okay, that is what in Deccan plateau, these are the prominent ranges. It is a hilly terrain only, starting from west to east region. That is the main thing you want to note it down. That is what the things goes for. Okay, and it is separated from this fault from the Chotanagpur plateau. That is the main thing you can able to note, that it is separated by the fault. I already told that what is meant by term called as a fault. Okay, so that only I have taken this rock structures in a more manner. It is separated by the fault by a Chotanagpur plateau. That is what fault is created by the severing stress. Okay, sharing stress. That is the thing. And three prominent hill ranges from the west to east are Garo hills, Kasi and Jainita hills. Okay, that is the main thing. The three hills are most probably lies in the things. Okay, and next thing is what we are going to say is this western and eastern Ghats. Okay, the western and eastern Ghats mark the western and eastern edges of the Deccan plateau respectively. That is what the things most probably. And the average elevation of the western Ghat is going for 900 to 1600 meters, and compared to 600 meters in the case of eastern Ghats. So Western Ghats is most probably it is the highest peak. Western Ghats is having the highest peak in this formation. You know that these are the mountain ranges. What we are calling is Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. Okay. This Kuchalam hills are most probably we are calling as Western Ghats. Okay, that is the thing goes for. And the Eastern Ghats stretch from Mahanadi Valley to the Nilgiris in the south. And this Western Ghat causes orographic rain or oceanographic rain. Oceanographic rain means it occurs from the sea. That is what you might have studied, this land breeze and sea breeze. And orographic rain is mountain rain. Okay, that is the term you can able to say that. Okay, that is what the things goes for. And this Ghats most probably these Western Ghats lie parallel to the western coast. That is the main thing. And they are continuous and they are be crossed through passes only. Okay. The Western Ghats are higher than the Eastern Ghats. The most probably you can able to note it down. And the Western Ghats cause this orographic rain. Orographic rain is most probably this mountainous rain. That is the thing you can able to tell that. And the rain laden winds from the west region. Okay, that is the thing you can able to note it down. The Western Ghats are known by different local name. Okay, that is the main thing you can able to tell that we are having the different local name also. Okay, that is what we will tell this Kuchalam mountain, we can able to tell that, and we will tell that Podigai hills. Okay, these are all most probably these are the local names we are having. Okay, Western Ghats, if you see that it is having number of local names, because one area they will tell one name. Okay, that is the thing you can able to note it down. And next is, what is the importance of this Western and Eastern Ghats? And in Western Ghats, the highest peak is Animudi. Okay, the highest peak in Western Ghat is Animudi, and in Eastern Ghats, the highest peak is Mahendragiri. Okay, that is what the highest peak in Eastern Ghats. That is the main thing. Okay, that is the thing you can able to say that. Okay, that is what the things goes for. Okay, and if you think that the Peninsula Plateau, what is meant by this Peninsula Plateau, you know that various distinct features are found in this Peninsula Plateau, and most probably this Peninsula Plateau consists of black soil. Okay, that black soil is dominant in the Deccan Trough. That is what the term called as what we are calling the term as Deccan Trough, and this trough is completely based on volcanic origin. Okay, that is what the thing goes for, and volcanic origin. And you can able to find the type of rock is igneous rocks are found dominant in this Peninsula Plateau. Okay, that is what the term you can able to tell them. Okay, and actually these rocks have denuded over time and are responsible for the formation of black soil. That is what, and most probably volcanic origin, the igneous type, what we will call the term as a basalt rock. The basalt rock only, from this basalt rock only the black soil formation is converted. That is what the thing goes for. And this Aravalli Hills lie in on the western and northwestern margins of the Peninsula Plateau. Okay, and these are highly eroded hills and found as broken hills, and most probably these Aravalli Hills, and these are the term what they are calling as the broken hills, and they extend from Gujarat to Delhi in the southwest and northeast direction. That is the main thing you can able to note it down. That is what the things these are about this Peninsula Plateau. Okay, the Peninsula Plateau consists of this three land. One is Central Highland. Okay, that is what the thing, and the Chota Nagpur Plateau. That is the thing you can able to note it down. The Central Highland and Chota Nagpur Plateau. And next is the thing is what are the difference between Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats. Okay, and what is this highest peak? Okay, you know that the highest peak in this Eastern Ghat is Mahendragiri, and Western Ghat is Animudi. Okay, that is what the highest peak in this two thing. And one thing you want to note it down, always the Peninsula Plateau, it is somewhat the land is going to be a elevated one. Okay, that is what elevated, it is highland, this uplifted. Okay, that is what the things goes for. The land is somewhat height level. That is the thing what you can able to tell that. And the plateaus consists of enriched of mineral deposits in a more manner. That is what the things about this peninsular plateau. Okay, and thank you for attention. And next section we can able to see about this Indian desert and coastal plains. Okay, that is the thing. And thank you for attention. Thank you.